Eternal.
Was the next game Sweden-Norway? Is that the one you guys told me to watch?
Yeah, Norway is looking like they're playing something kind of interesting here. Like, this is a little bit of a hybrid. This looks like kind of the Saudi Arabia comp.
Patch are they playing? I'm pretty sure they're playing on the current patch.
One shot Kevster, that's all I want to say. Sorry.
So Kevster's so good, you're actively rooting against him. That's
Yeah,
not
well,
cool,
no,
man.
it's more so I just want to see the Oni God come back here. That's the, like, the...
Ooh.
Oh, there it is! I've willed it into existence, Hex. That's it, that's a peak. But, yeah, it's pretty much the only way Norway was going to win the fight.
As someone who plays like 95% Tracer, Icicles are the worst thing that's ever been added in this game. I hate it so much.
I don't normally predict to be like, man, I hope this player does this, but in this case, I did.
That's why I wasn't
It
up in
worked
time
out,
for these.
I'm good.
Well, I mean, that's a really nice start for Norway to be in control of this, especially when you're going to opt for the kind of the Echo Mercy style, where you're kind of going to be squatted up, where your Echo Mercy is going to be alone-ish. To have control of the point is really important.
Kevster now also going to be on their event, control the point or not. Right now, just general poke. I think building more towards Pulse than anything else right now, rather than going for anything specific. Just pressure on the tank. Sparker, though, goes down.
On my Overwatch time
finds his counterpart, 93% to Kevster the Pulse Bomb. Here we go, Psycho. Over and in, off the duplicate, and Sweden just good poke here. Nothing too flashy to open this up.
It's crazy how different this game is compared to the Saudi Arabia one we watched.
Done, so Sweden will be able to take that one back, and yeah, I mean, this is.
They're both kind of playing the brawl anti-brawl comp
makes a
with
ton
their
of sense
Rissas.
just because that's what the league's meta was for quite a while. So it just seems like if Sparker and Kevster are going to come in after playing mostly in the league, like they just would be like what they're most comfortable with. So yeah, it's, as long as they have the comms going, like it can be a devastating combination.
Kevster now in the back. The threat here, not so much a poke, but the Pulse Bomb in reserve. For now, going around the other end. Blizzard
Pulse Bomb that made.
coming out from Oni God. Nope, Pulse Bomb not going to do too much. JP able to find Lucius, and
Rare
Norway
Kevster Pulse Bomb miss.
Very well around
Very rare
around
footage.
their tanks right now. Very close to getting the reflip, unless Sweden can get a pick up here. Psycho in over the top.
Oh, they needed that.
Off Sile. Sparker though.
They needed that bad.
Psycho kind of coming alive here, Hex.
Yeah, it looks
Psycho
really nice.
kind of
And,
psycho.
I mean, kind of one of the byproducts of playing against a Sombra Tracer is that your team is going to stay a little bit closer together. So when they come in for this dive, when they come in for the hacks, it gets very difficult to isolate a target because the peel is already there. You see it even with like the Echo Mercy is they're never too far away. Now, part of that is that the map is a little bit condensed, but it's been working really well against this kind of hack dive composition that Sweden's trying to run.
EMP comes out real early. Psycho able to get the duplicate off. Oni God though finds the BAP. A quick pick off from Oni God. Backed up the other way. Isaac able to move forward, and the support line of Sweden is just getting demolished right now.
Oh, it's the Echo Summer. I didn't realize for a sec. I was like, wait, what?
Now, in a free MP from Psycho there too, duplicating the Sombra, able to finish that one off, and at 85%.
This is a mid off?
Because even
there is no way you just called Kevster mid.
They're gonna have to try to sneak a Sombra in here just to get a touch because that wall's coming up.
Wall just got sent up by Oni God, who's been playing very consistent here. You know, again, love to see a veteran player come in, play consistently, gets the BAP! 2 icicles from Oni God showing he still has it. And Sweden now, without a whole lot of healing. Kevster not able to find a pickoff. Norway coming in hot, 99 to 54. Salo was able to get Psycho. That's massive pick for the map. Lucius able to
they
slow
might
it down
flip
a little
this.
bit. Transcendence in from Sweden. All in on the point. They need the reflip.
They couldn't kill the Orisa.
Rez came back up the Psycho. Isaac was able to get Kevster. The Orisa catches Kevster's Tracer. And Norway, as Isaac just goes to town. This is
I mean,
unreal.
one of the downsides of Sweden's composition is your Tracer and your Sombra are almost never like, they're always gone, so it kind of leaves your backline extremely vulnerable.
Is so funny.
Lucio Zen, not a ton of healing anyway, so you see Lulsish getting punished on it too. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no one to protect the supports. And, I mean, look, a Zen Lucio, you're not going to be able to protect each other anyway unless the Zen is just kind of stomping, right? You get the boop, but it's just not enough. Not with the sustain line of, like, a Mei and
they went the
and
Winston
Echo
comp.
Mercy coming after.
I like that.
The thing
I think
like
Winston's
about
pretty
Norway
good.
Here is that the comp they're running is just, it's consistent. You know, if Sweden doesn't get an early pickoff, Onigod, speaking of pickoffs, gets hit by the Bionade under pressure, able to stay alive. Onigod got real low. still got away from it. Doesn't die. Psycho up in the outskirts on the Echo. A ground Echo here. Yazan really wouldn't approve of that. Too much time onto the ground. But hey, still alive, getting supported all the while. And Norway adding on progress to the point. Sparker trying the pressure here in the back. Sparker nearly goes down, just barely translocates in time. Still really low if anyone can catch him. Isaac eats the bio name.
Your boyfriend's sister dips his grilled cheese and blue cheese dressing.
In just a moment, what's turned into
First off, blue cheese dressing is kind of shit.
Okay with Hex.
Actually, sorry.
I mean, they're in control of the point.
I think a blue cheese dressing is like the bottle you get from the store that has no chunks in it. I think it's pretty dog.
Echo now finds a good target, but
even so, that and as a blue cheese enjoyer, that is disgusting.
He's just living. Doesn't care about Kevster poking. Kevster has had to really respect the icicle poke and turn. Psycho finds the Ana. And Sweden just gets pushed out after the healing is gone. So's the tank and Kevster. Norway at 56% to 0. Hex, what is going on?
Wow.
Well, I mean, the support line for Norway has held their own, right? So it's
Weaver.
not been Kevster bullying down either of these supports. One, because Mimio gets to stay in the air. Two, because Turco is just a great duelist.
Don't hold your breath.
Able to win that last duel. And Norway, like you said, this is a composition that doesn't rely on like super overplay or super coordination. Everyone hang out together, try to peel for each other, and just hit some shots.
Mimio got caught early, and Onigod doesn't care. Still gonna drop the blizzard.
Oh my god!
The mercy. I'm gonna take down your Zen. Still though, I think a little ambitious, and yet still enough to make Kevster burn the pulse bomb in seemingly one fight. But Sweden now finally on the board.
Yeah. Norway needs one single fight here. They're probably going to try to use Kitsune Rush, maybe get a duplicate in onto the Winston would be helpful as well. Sweden in a good spot, though. If I'm Sweden, I really want to try to initiate this early on with Sparker if I can. Try to get a fight with just an EMP.
I mean, I think that's a play here. Be as efficient as possible.
If you're somebody
as I said, the follow
who doesn't like blue cheese because you like ranch, think about yourself.
Smacked the rest.
You are
Sweden looking very, very healthy right now.
Basically afraid of adventure. You're afraid of taste.
And something they needed to get back into this. So
ranch has a very high skill floor,
which is good because they
and a very low skill ceiling.
I think Sweden just can't be playing
best
passive
ranch
here,
versus best blue cheese. Blue cheese is way above.
Anyway,
blue cheese can suck.
That way.
That's the thing.
You don't want to let Norway
you get
go
shit blue cheese. It's awful.
The map editor in May is going to be able to cut off half of the
shit blue cheese is probably some of the worst condiment you could ever have.
Aggressive here,
but really good blue cheese is one of the best.
That's it. God, Kevster's so good.
You gotta get the homemade, like you gotta store it in the fridge. You know what I mean? If you buy it off the shelf, it's terrible.
There's part of you that almost wonders.
What do you think is some Major? Thanks for the fresh tier one.
Psycho though is able to get Sparker, so Norway they don't really like giving away fights for free here, and that might pay off. Kevster in the back here has the pulse bomb.
I refuse to ever get blue cheese that's not required to be in the fridge.
Goes forward, goes for the stick, not playing around.
Damn, Kevster kind of taking over.
82% now for Sweden, and
that tracking right there was nuts.
And it's sort of paying off here, Hex. They've gone on to point. They're close to a reflip. Kevster goes down. And this scrappiness from Norway, really unexpected so far.
Yeah, they're going to stick in it, too. And if they can stay alive long enough to get both the Mercy and the May in here, they should be able to lock it out, like, rather easily. And they will do just that. The sustain on the point is really good as Isaac stays alive. And now it's going to be very difficult for Sweden to come in. They're going to have a Primal, though.
They touch the point, and Walsish should be able to get Primal here. 99%. Where they go. Onigod, though, drops the Blizzard offensively.
Oh, no.
Gets rid of the Lucio. Again, Onigod targeted the sports of the Blizzard. Kevster's down. Kevster caught
Oh, God, Kevster died. It's over.
It's Psycho mopping up
no
the rest.
Kevster, no win.
Oh, my goodness, Hex. I did not expect this coming on.
Damn.
Norway defying expectations.
That's kind of crazy.
They take map 1 away from Sweden.
Junker Queen versus the Winston comps. I think both these comps are really good.
May can give a good tracer fit.
Wait,
You can't play exactly how you'd want to play in some cases because you have to respect the one shot. Anything to get.
They use the platform out of spawn to get the Junker Queen up slightly faster.
Yeah, so Norway is going to run pretty much what they ran on Lijiang Tower here. Almost exactly. Different tanks set up here from Isaac, trying to get more brawly.
Oh, Sparker caught early. Isaac Also a standout right now, the tank play. Really good contribution so far. Psycho on the fall through gets the Zen.
Damn.
And Sweden is folding.
I think the Winston
This
comp is
point
really good, but
already
it's going to be a
might
little
over
tough to play
Hexes.
on defense here.
Sweden has to back
It's better
out
for second.
and pray to get a
It's not as
recontest,
good on
which
first.
Right now, doesn't even look that likely.
Yeah, falling apart.
There's
like
nothing
cheap
you can do.
furniture,
If
which is
Psycho just hits
apropos,
a good
I think,
sticky
right
and
now.
then just deletes somebody, it's just GR.
Absolutely crumbling. They lost one, they lost two, and then that was it. Lalsa tries to get out, is unable to do so, but I kind of want to see where that kill from Isaac came from early on to be able to get Sparker like that. Maybe hit a knife. I didn't exactly see it, but
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it was a blink and you miss it type moment, but Norway right now, that's one thing they're not doing. Missing
Sparker shouldn't have been that far up, but
everything. Going well
I
for
actually
them
didn't
right
catch it,
now.
so.
Just flipping the script of what people thought this match would be. And now, Norway just looking for the setup here. Meanwhile, Walsish on the Winston in the back.
I actually don't know who Sweden's support line is. I don't know who either of those guys are.
Into Sparker's Ash.
Yeah.
Kind of respect it.
It's kind of a shoot me, you won't moment that's going on right now. It's just like, do it. I dare you. But Walsish right now back over onto the payload, going to play a little bit more grounded rather than drop down.
Even playing the Winston's kind of like
in the middle of that.
That opens things up for Psycho too. Now he just
how we talked about. Remember I was talking about earlier? I was
There's
talking about
no
how like tank
anti-air
really now is
anymore.
just basically don't die
Oh,
simulator.
man. Also, Onigod can just
Look at the way
entirely
Lawless is
focus
playing
on
Winston.
Kemster now and
He
just
basically
keep
just
Kemster
been
down.
slowly
Psycho,
contesting.
you
That
get
was the
ready to
first
go.
fight where he
Walsish
actually
can't
tried
get
to fight
away.
somebody
Onigod
and then got
is throwing
frozen a
space
little,
so
tried
well
to
right
jump
now.
away,
Well
couldn't
timed
actually
ice
jump
block,
away, and
but getting
immediately
low.
died.
And the one thing that keeps on going right now is the payload. It has not stopped. 4 minutes and 20 seconds for Norway. The pressure unrelenting. And Sweden, the crumble as Sile goes down. Ultimate's going to be invested here by Norway. They use the duplicate. The Valkyries in progress. Lulshish trying to do anything here with the Primal. As you get the clone
I think
bomb
he's
coming
dead
out.
here.
Isaac able
Yeah.
to finish off the Ana. Lulshish is down.
Wait, custom game
Hex.
settings
It's
updated.
still
Some
happening.
changes settings will not take effect till the next match.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
Kester's there, but
Who's
come
fucking
on.
with the settings
It's kind of
mid-game?
funny that Norway's running this like budget rush with like the Junker Queen and the May. Like the commanding shout will come in and they've just been chasing people down. It's been kind of crazy. And then when their
Hackermans.
target goes away or goes on a high ground or something like that, then it's Psycho up top trying to just get nuts with it. A really quick preemptive switch though, as Lulsish goes on to the Orisa, which is obviously a nice counter to the Junker Queen, and so Isaac just plays rock paper
Swapped over to the
scissors and goes.
Sorry, I wasn't paying that much attention there for a sec. Wait, did Sweden go into
I mean, it's
spawn,
like Kevster's there,
swap
but for not
Winston
long.
to
It's kind
Orisa,
of funny that
for
Norway's
a
running
third?
this like budget,
and
rush
then
with,
Norway
like, the
just
Junker
went
Queen
back
and the
into
May.
spawn and
The
swapped
commanding
Zarya?
shout will come in and they've just been chasing
Nah,
people
ain't
down.
no
It's been
way
kinda
we're doing the
crazy.
counter
And then
picking,
when
even
their
in
target
team
goes away
play.
or
This
goes
is
on
the
high ground
one
or something
place
like
where the
that,
constant
then it's
tank
Psycho
counter
up
picking
top
isn't
trying to
as useful as it is in ranked.
A really
Oh,
quick preemptive switch, though, as Lulsish goes
no.
onto the Orisa, which is obviously a nice counter to the Junker
Oh,
Queen. And so Isaac just
no.
plays rock, paper, scissors and goes to the Zarya, which is a nice counter to the Orisa.
Come on, man. When are we going to have the conversation that this is getting ridiculous?
Even on the Echo, Blizzard coming down here from Onigod, forcing things back a bit. Sparker got caught again.
That's why can I
Sparker's
write
been
in
having a
bronze codes
tough
on
day
Discord?
here.
Why do you
Psycho
refuse
goes,
to
"I'll
read?
kill your robot too. I don't care."
I have
It's rid of the
multiple
bombs.
FAQ,
Norway,
multiple rules
the payload just
channels,
doesn't stop. It
everything.
does
It's
not
all
stop.
set up. You
Yeah,
are
Sparker's just
refusing
been
to
living
read. If
spawn.
you're
It-
trying to
it
post
has
in
been
bronze
really,
codes, I'm
really
assuming you're
tough
bronze.
for him to get
Maybe
anything
the
done.
reason you're in bronze is because you
Sweden's been pulled
refuse
back
to
here.
follow instructions.
This is a spot where you
That
can
could be
hold
it.
on defense.
I mean,
They
we've
need to
gone
like get a nano or something, like nano Kevster, and just hope to win a team fight. They haven't won a team fight yet.
Yeah, Sweden also, Sparker's gone to the desperation Hanzo here of, please, guide my arrows, let they hit
This angle,
something.
holy
We
shit.
need anything right now, and actually not too bad damage.
That was
there. They
actually
hit
a
the Kevster,
crazy
like,
good angle.
That is what they needed for Sweden.
Suzu's
They
the res.
get Isaac
Good
out of the fight. The
Suzu.
problem is they don't deny the res. Mimio's able to get away cleanly, and Norway, the pressure's still on coming. Duplicate comes on out. Walshish getting pushed back, has the nano, is able to stand to an
Ooh!
extent. Sparker, though,
That was a nice
arrow
headshot.
finds Isaac, and the Hanzo coming online, helping out Sweden a bit here, but the pressure from
Dude, this
Norway,
what is
they
with the
back out
sonic
to just
arrow
keep
in
the
his
fight
head?
going.
Oh my god.
Well, Sparker does have a really,
That
really
looked
good Hanzo, right? We've seen
ridiculous.
it time and again, so it's a really nice pick.
Yeah, dude, I haven't
especially
seen
with the
Onigod in a
sidelines here.
long time.
And
I
also
kinda
the
forgot he
anti-nades
existed.
have been pretty clutch coming in from Sweden, so they were able to anti-Isaac, get Isaac down low, and then the combination of Sparker and Kevster able to finish that off. So Gonna have a dragon, gonna have a
I
dupe
forgot he
here.
was playing
Oh,
with
he
Decay.
got-
A little projectile versus projectile. Gets a arrow versus icicle. Taste of his own medicine. Just not as cold. Sparker under a little bit of pressure goes
things
back.
if I show him.
Drops back. Drops the dragon. Norway eats a lot of damage from that, able to get away. Meanwhile, Onigod uses the Blizzard. Zone Sweet out from really capitalizing on that. Kevster
Oh, the
meanwhile,
Kevster
progress.
Echo Zar. Oh, that's evil.
Builds the grab and
That's
just
so
full
fucking
commits the
evil.
follow-through.
Oh,
He
that's
just
so
full
fucking
follow-through
evil.
on Echo after the
Wait, but
duplicate
Psycho.
fades. Kevster had it
Psycho
out.
actually making a good run
Well,
too.
Echo's combined for 5 kills in a row, and now it's getting really scrappy
excuse
towards
me?
the end here. But it seems
Dude, those were
that
some crazy Zen
Sweden will
shots.
hold on. The rough thing for Norway during
Oh.
that time, maybe this knows up a little bit.
I mean, he might have died, but
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Well, I was gonna say, it was
I don't know.
really rough
I don't know
for
about that
Norway
one.
'cause they
I-
flipped so
that
many
was kind of
ultimates,
a,
got absolutely
ego
nothing
play
out of
right
it.
there.
But now Sweden is kind of
That was a big ego play to go for the kill and then was going to lose the 1v1 and then pops the trank.
Go to Sigma. I mean, this
That's
is just
not
been a
good.
intense
That's-
rock, paper,
oh,
scissors
boy.
back and forth. Lulsish on the Winston. Now we've seen Sigma. We've seen 6.
I love how they won back Winston and they immediately went back Sigma.
rush out here from
Dude,
Norway, looking
what
to clear it
happened?
away.
I thought there wasn't as
Heavy
much
pressure on
counterpicking
Lulsish
in
and
team
Silo.
play.
It sounds so
Or
low
sorry,
right
tank
now.
counterpicking,
They
like,
just
oh, they swapped this tank, time for me to go back and swap
able
this one.
Squeak away from the pressure, but Kevster falls as a result. The supports and the back out. Kevster falls. Norway cleaning up Sweden, and they're going to finish
Damn.
out Blizzard World here with a
When he
very
got kind of going crazy.
Yeah, Sweden gonna come out, take a couple of pot shots here early. I don't know how long Kevster is gonna stay on this Widow. About 3 seconds.
The Widow hook shot at spawn. I've never seen someone do that angle though.
That might be the expected time to stem Widow right now till players get a little bit more comfortable with the changes. But Sweden, they need to get point A quickly here, Hex. This is, a minute 30 time bank is not easy to make up on Blizzard World. And step number 1 here, Kevster has to become Kevster, the Kevster of hype, and not just, struggle with the Onigod containment that's been going on.
Yeah, it's just he's kind of struggling to find a target. You don't really want to go after the Echo that's got a pocket.
They can engage on.
With the Mercy pocket. Going after Junker Queen's
Yeah,
Tracer
just
is
basically have to
what's
just
the
sit there and
point?
not do anything on
It's
Winston.
just been very difficult to find an isolated target for Kevster.
And Sweden, I mean, this offense here, Hex, it's slow right now. It's slow because they're hoping
They're trying to encircle
Sparker,
them a little bit,
please
force
get
them
an
in a
arrow,
bad
or
spot.
Kevster, get an isolation. Maybe they
It's
wait for
basically
the
all
spawn,
depends
but
on Kevster
Sweden
forcing
is
somebody into a
wholly
bad spot.
dependent on that to kickstart their offense right now. Norway is just defending all the poke attempts.
Or Sparker
super,
getting a
super
pick.
Well. Now, heavy focus on the Lulsish, but there it is. Sparker finds Onigod, the opening they needed. The res, though, is there. The bomb onto Isaac, though, very big from Kevster. This gives Sweden the advantage they're
Nice.
looking for as Sparker.
Yeah, they
just
basically had to
lays the
wait for
arrows into
Kevster to open the door to there.
resurrected bay.
Yeah, I mean, you see the moment that Junker
Which
Queen
is,
goes down that they
you
can't
know,
hold that corner
it's
anymore,
good
and
when you
that's
have a
when
player
Sparker
like
just
Kevster
jumps
on
in,
your
and
team,
then
but if you
May
don't,
kinda
then
has to step up as the
then
quasi
what,
tank
you know?
to try to like hold some angles, hold some corners because the Junker Queen's down, and just holds a whole quiver of arrows with her face instead. So yeah, Sweden's going to be able to crack that one open, and I think I saw some nice ultimates coming up here as well.
All right, Sparker right now going fishing. If there's ever a time to just have a fishing skin for Hanzo, it is. It's like, what are you doing out here? I'm out on the top of the building, just hoping I hit something. And well, right now that is what Sparker's doing. Any one of these arrows could be lethal. Meanwhile, Norway just standard poke back and forth right now.
it's really slow. This game's really slow.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not as flashy as the last
it's just
couple.
everyone's got ults happening right now. I would like Sweden to like end up being a little more aggressive, but the way Norway's playing, just kind of as 5, doesn't really lend itself to like Sweden being able to dive in on it. Force out some ultimates. Isaac's down again first though.
Yeah, it was also a pretty well-timed Transcendence there from Sile. Like, right as Norway came in, the Transcendence came out. There wasn't much to be done. Sparker lands the arrow immediately. And, I think the change in momentum we're seeing here, in part, is that, Sparker Hanzo good, as it turns out. Sparker was playing a whole bunch of different heroes, settled on the Hanzo.
Damn.
But,
He came back and took the Blizzard, got frozen,
Blizzard, but
even in
they're just
Primal,
too
to
far
try to
behind
save
in the
Diana.
fight here.
It almost worked.
Yeah, I mean, the Blizzards have not gotten value, like probably the last 2 or 3 of them from Onigod. That needs to be cleaned up a little bit because it's such
There's
a
nothing for him
high-value
to.
ultimate.
There's
For the
nothing for
most
him
part,
to
should be
ult
winning
though,
you fights.
other than the Ana and the
Onigod has had
Hanzo.
enough of the
I guess the
Mei,
Zen too, but the
and
Zen's too
going to
far.
switch over to the Ash, which makes sense because, like, you know, controlling this
Yeah,
high ground
that's a
and
good
having
swap
sight
from
lines
them.
here is good. Also, like, someone needs to be able to dual Sparker a little bit, and you don't necessarily want to fly your Echo right into the Hanzo. So
Yeah, and unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, they pull out the Diva to deal with the Winston slash play defensive.
Pretty good Ash.
They got the Mercy Ash slash Mercy Echo.
Here's the thing of going to the Ash, it is opening up Kevster now.
There's a lot of things that they can kind of do now.
Kevster can be a lot more aggro.
Honestly, Norway's
Style
comps are just
Psycho.
way
I think
better,
Psycho went for the dive
in my
this
opinion.
time. Doesn't quite go as well as Sweden right now, starting to come online. Kevster finds JP, and you know Onigod's landing some shots here, but hasn't really been in a spot to do anything lethal as his team is just kind of dying underneath him.
Yeah, he can't really do
No,
a whole
and
lot.
a lot of this is Sparker is found the hero that he's best on right now. Like the Hanzo has gotten so much value for this team as far as cleaning people up, getting some early pressure onto the opposing tanks. Like it's the difference in this map specifically has been Sparker's Hanzo. And I think it goes back to like the very early Ash on defense where he just got rocked like 3 times in a row. Like,
yeah, you know, look, sometimes, you know, we talk about comfort.
It's very
heroes,
methodical.
especially on Overwatch World
I don't know
Cup.
why. This game is just much more
comfort hero for
methodical than the
Sparker,
last couple.
you know, shows. Meanwhile,
Which is
Kevster,
fine.
You can see how much more aggressive Kevster is able to be right now with the swap. Like, you see Kevster applying a lot more pressure. Psycho goes down. Pulse bomb, ready to go here from Kevster. Psycho goes back.
Yeah, a
up.
lot of their plans
Waiting.
basically
Just
hinge
no
on
respect
Kevster
to
getting
Onigod
picks.
there, leaves a pulse
So
bomb
now
in
that
the corner, gets
Sparker's
rid of
doing
him.
better, it's
And
like
now
it makes them
Sweden
all do a
hitting
lot
their
better.
groove. They drop the Transcendence in response to the bomb. Moving on forward, Isaac still trying
It does
to
make
play
me
up
really
front,
sad
Sweden
that like
way more pressure on the point right now.
playing
They're gonna
super
go, okay,
slow,
over
basically
pressure.
AFK
Force
tank
the
style
bomb.
is
They're
like
gonna be able to punish before he gets
kind of
back.
taking
No,
over.
not quite.
You even noticed in this POVs?
Kevster,
Have you noticed during a lot of these fight, like the whole time we've been watching, we've very rarely seen any tank POV or even support POV. We don't see that often.
Can't stay at
We
mid-range
only
and
see
try to
DPS
fight the
POVs.
Hanzo, whereas like the Ash seemed like a little bit more reasonable for him to dive on because it's like,
You know?
just Storm Arrow is really good.
I mean, for support in this game, the only thing you could really spectate, I guess, is the
Isaac goes down
Zen
early.
or
Also,
Kiri.
Kevster has
The
the
Ana's
Tracer
probably
mirror
just.
now.
I mean,
Again,
Ana's
even
like a
Kevster
little
had
bit
slow
interesting,
start,
but
you
not
gotta
really.
like
It's
this
all
change in
DPS though,
composition. It
and
plays
not really
way
tank or
more to their
support.
strengths here so far.
I think because
Norway's
tank's really not that
off the
interesting to
base.
watch right
Sparker
now.
just
There's
rips
not much
Mercy out of
happening.
his
You
eyes
basically
at the end of
AFK.
Welsh, and
And
Sweden
support,
finding the
sort of the
groove. 2
same,
minutes at the
but
time
like
bank,
not really.
roaring forward. They
You're
can
more
set
just
the
like doing
time
like
now, Hex,
methodical
with the setup
resources
of team comp
management.
swaps. What a change in momentum for Sweden.
Yeah, and I just want to give all the credit in the world to.
It's 'cause the
the support
casuals
line
only
of
wanna see
Sweden.
DPS.
It
I would
completely
actually
different
argue
right
that's
now,
not
and
it.
It's just like kind of the
I think
duelist
that
nature because
most
Onigod
casual
doesn't
players that
really
are
wanna go
watching
one-on-one versus
want to
Kevster, who
watch to
would, so he's
improve, and
trying
they
to
want
pick
to
on the
watch and
back
see
line,
like
but
what
the
are
back
they
line is
doing and like
not
how are
him.
they so good, you
Kevster
know?
cleans it up.
Obviously, people want to see the
Sparker
flashy
finds his
plays and the
groove,
flashy
and
kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Sweden
I
just
feel like
needed
you'd
to
probably
warm
at that
up
point, if
there
you're
'cause
catering
we're
quote unquote
starting
to
see the
casuals,
mechanical
you'd actually
advantage
show
that the
everybody's
damage
POVs a
cycles
little bit
have.
more. But I think they want to
And-
show the most flashy.
Yeah, I mean, get
Casual
away
players watching
with
to
Make.
improve. Well, what do you think is the number one reason people
all of
get into
map one.
esports originally?
And
I would
map
argue the
two.
number one reason
And
someone
it had
starts
this
watching an
impact
esport
of
is because they
keeping
want to
Kevster in
learn
check
and want to see
and
how good
putting
players
Sparker
play.
in a
Now, that
finally
can
lands
change
on
after you've
Hanzo.
already got into
And
one
everything seems to
esport. Like,
open
let's
up
say
for
you're
Sweden. I think it
let's say you
also,
get into League of
ended
Legends,
up relieving
and
some
then you end up
pressure on
like
Sile.
watching some
Sile's not
Counter
going
Strike.
down.
Even if you don't play a lot of
Also,
CS,
Sile
like
just needed the warm-up.
Counter Strike esport
So,
is kind of cool.
it
It's
just
kind
been
of
a huge
hype,
tempo
you know.
change where the support
I
line
watch
is
streamers to
really
improve.
good.
Yes,
Sparker is
but
contributing.
Overwatch is
Kevster
also
is
kind of
another
unique in that
player
aspect where
who's setting
not
up
many pro players
It's a completely
stream.
different game.
So actually, most casual Overwatch players
Absolutely.
learn from streamers,
It's really helped
not
the
from
support
pro
line, too.
players.
Like I said,
Well, in
some
games like
cycle find
Valorant,
very
people
little
watch pro
there.
players
Tried to go after
or
the support
former
line
pro
multiple
players
times,
who
but
also
unable to do
stream
so. A lot
because
of that's 'cause
they
Sparker's
stream
able to
way
do
more
most
than
of
they do in
that.
Overwatch.
And yeah, it's
So
just completely
that's
different
why
game.
a lot of the pro
Seems like
players in
Sweden
Valorant have
has
massive
the
fucking
composition that they
streams.
wanna go with.
And I would
Just
even
really worried
argue
about that
that's
as
how
they
like
got us for a
Super
while.
was
It
like,
seemed like it wasn't
and
getting
I
a
mean
ton of
still is
value,
like the
but
biggest
it's
streamer in
getting
Overwatch because he's a
Watching,
former pro and a good streamer.
Sile just,
So he gets both, which is
hold their
not
own
many people
against,
have.
Owen.
Like I would argue like
It's completely
ML7 is
different.
probably around like the peak of what you would think of like Overwatch good streamer who like actually like teaches people how to play and be good at the game. While Super is like the peak of Overwatch where you get both, and if you apply that to other games, you know, you see the games like, I don't know, like Tens or Tariq or you know, like there's, you know, there's bunches. Defran, yeah, Defran actually, well, I don't know if Defran does his unranked to GMs to teach you, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure he does the unranked to GMs because they're very good in viewership. No hate. I do the same. Honestly, I would do the same thing if I thought unranked to GMs were interesting. I just don't like, I don't have a reason to go through and pub stomp on Tank. I couldn't do all heroes like he does. He's obviously much more mechanically talented than I am, but yeah, like if I went through did it on a bunch of tanks, like, you know, like what, I don't have anything to prove about that, you know. Wasn't Seagull a pro player? Yeah, well, don't you remember how big Seagull's stream was for many, many years? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still very big, but like, we're talking like, if we're talking 2016 Seagull, we're talking like 20K plus viewers. They were insane. So like, yeah, that's another good example actually. If you're talking older, even XQC kind of had the same thing, but he wasn't like the teaching streamer. People thought, oh, pro player, really good at the game, opened the door in a lot of ways to a lot of people, but he wasn't that type of streamer. He was just an entertaining streamer in a lot of other ways, you know. And that's a larger conversation. There's much more shit behind that, but Overwatch is extremely unique though, where we don't have a whole lot of pro player streamers. They're not really a thing, and when they do stream, it's not that often. So
here we are, Hex. We thought we'd get
yeah.
it on the
I mean, you say Emong, but Emong doesn't really count anymore. Like, yes, he was a former pro. Yes, he's still exceptional at the game. Yes, he's still good at it. But, like, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as, like, Tens. Like, Tens is, like, actively playing pro and also streaming. You know, like, there's a lot of people that do that in other esports. We don't have many of them, though. If you're an Overwatch League, you're typically not streaming that much. That's just the truth. Not many people do.
Isaac down early.
You guys are listing 2016s, sure, back in the day, but that's not true anymore. Do you think you'll be able to do Owl and stream? I'm not. Wait, what? I'm confused by the question. You think I'm gonna go play an Overwatch League? That's hilarious.
This is exactly how their last push went.
Yeah, and for Sparker, you have your confidence back and then some. Taking a look to the right, something a little bit more.
I have been very critical of Overwatch League. I don't think that's in my future.
For JP in the back. Walshish again getting focused, but that's the other adjustment too. Walshish was dying early. Now Walshish is shaking the pressures. Onigod though got Sile early.
Hi Flats, how you doing?
If he can get away under pressure by Sparker,
this is 4 months. I'm doing okay. A little tired because I'm been doing really long streams recently, but
Psycho though goes down.
Otherwise pretty good.
Both Tracers playing scrappy and
okay, you guys don't gotta go so hard on the Flats Owl fucking lol W Keck W. Okay, listen, man, I understand. Okay, you guys don't gotta drill it that hard. Okay, fuck, man.
Well, they need to be able to get on this high ground here. Right now, Lolsish is kind of just baiting it, kind of doing like the quasi jump.
Stop saying quotations pro lol W Keck W. Stop. Okay, I know. I'm the first one who says it, but it's kind of mean when you guys say it that way.
Ready to throw it out. Pulse bomb for Onigod. No, does not connect. Meanwhile, Sparker finds Psycho. That is a huge shift in power. Sparker grabs
big
another.
pulse.
Kevster, the bomb for good measure. This point is going to Sweden, and Norway, Hex, gets one fight left to try to prevent the map 3.
Yeah, and I think
y'all are mean. Y'all are actually so mean.
This Discord pretty consistently, and it just has no good targets to go on. Kevster is just an illusion of blinks and recalls.
True, this is actually kind of true.
The bubble, and
what do you think of the new Team Q on July 11th?
We'll see.
You know, the support line has been doing a really good job.
That's not the one I was talking about.
Very little value in the last 10 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, Psycho, his tendencies have perhaps been figured out a little bit.
Yet another sad consequence of our always kind of being in its own bubble in the FPS scene.
Yeah.
Games like COD and Val had better rates of making stars like Scump and Tens. Our pros just get a high five and an Applebee's coupon.
On the Sile, Norway.
That's generous. That is very generous. You're lucky to be getting the Applebee's gift card, okay?
Walshish, though, trying to make room at the point. Not going to have an overtime. Ticks down! And that's it!
What's up, Boger?
Norway
Damn.
Off Sweden. Sweden had figured it out towards
Damn.
the end.
Kevster lost.